All right. We like when you're having fun. Once everybody's having a little, getting to know each other. Bring the palms together. When we're at Rama, Mallorca, it's like I'll be like inhale and everybody's like, oh my God! Nobody's paying any attention. We like to have fun on Mallorca. If you've wanted to come, you should make your plans for the festival. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine who's been working for the Blue Men Group and directing for the Blue Men Group for many, many years. And we are going to be co-directing A Midsummer Night's Dream, casted by the Rama crew for Rama Festival, which will be a world premiere experience. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, and so we're going to be, we're working out all the details. If you are an actor and you're coming to Rama Festival or thinking about coming to Rama Festival, and you'd like to submit an audition for A Midsummer Night's Dream, please do so. You can send it to info@gurujagat.com. We'll be casting in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll start our work with it, and then we'll put it up in 7 days before the festival. And I'll be co-directing it with my friend Tim Miller, who's an amazing director and writer and all sorts of other things. So, and also starring in it, of course. No, we don't know yet. I have some ideas. I hope not. But so we're excited about that. But if you were thinking about coming, or you're going to be in Europe, or you're headed that direction, you should come and visit with us, because it's quite an amazing experience on Mallorca. And Rama Mallorca is kind of popping off as we knew it would. And the several days before the festival, I'm doing an Immense Grace accelerator experience for the eclipse. We have a huge eclipse happening that week. So I'll be doing an accelerator experience that you can pop into beforehand, and then we'll have the festival all weekend. And then afterwards, we'll have Hari Jivan's going to do a gong intensive. If you've wanted to do some gonging with him, he'll do that. And then I'm marrying Nam Satya and Luigi. It's a Midsummer Night's Dream, all right? And of course we're like, okay, what are we gonna do? We have to charge an extra fee to go to Nam Satya and Luigi's wedding. You guys don't mind, right? It's a festival add-on. I'm very honored to. They're an incredible couple. Luigi is the creator and just incredible creative of Dust Magazine, which is an amazing magazine out of Berlin, and Satya is our director of Rama Festival. So they're a beautiful couple. So that's all happening a midsummer on Mallorca. And so it's going to be quite fun. We're going to bring the festival back to America. We've done 2 years on Mallorca, and we're going to bring the festival back to America at some point in 2020. We're just determining when and how and where that's going to be. But we're excited to do that as well. We have to have new ways to be social with each other, because the old ways are very boring, and many people don't feel that everybody wants to have fun, but nobody wants to, have to kind of go through the things that are part of the social constructs of kind of the way that we have previously socialized and gone out and gone to. So all of this has to change, and we were talking about this at Rama Business School, because someone had a really good idea for a party she wants to launch in New York, and I was a part of the launch of these guys, kind of a big kind of billionaire group took over the old Twilo in New York back in the early 2000s. Well, it was like mid 2000s. And they had, if they would have done it now, they would have had a successful situation on their hands, but they did it then, and the world wasn't quite ready for it. But they bought the Twilo, and then they made it into all of these levels of different kind of wellness types of parties. But it was really before the wellness industry, so they were very ahead of their time, and it just didn't quite take off, and it was a huge project. But done now, that would work very, very well. So now we need that happening, and Rama Festival festival is kind of our answer to that, because it's all night. It's 24-hour programming, and the kids can come, and the whole thing is it's a family experience, but it's all night long, all sorts of programming all night long. So you can have kind of that kind of party environment without all of the irritations of the drugs and sex and alcohol. It's a family-friendly all-night party kind of environment. Now you can do whatever you want in your own time, but in the festival experience, that's kind of what we're creating. And Majorca has been known to be like a party island. That's why a lot of people, who aren't interested in that haven't gone there. I always hear that. It's like, yeah, I haven't been to Majorca because it's kind of, isn't it like a party place? So we're kind of turning that on its head, because it is a party place in a certain way. I don't know. I haven't run into it. I think it's like one of the most amazing places ever. I think you have to be going for those reasons, but it's quite a mystical place, and we're really excited to be developing this kind of experience there. So that's July 17th through the 19th. Am I right about that? 19th through the 20th. 19 through the 20. Okay, that's better, because when I was talking about that rehearsal, I was like, we were trying to figure that all out. Okay, 19th through the 21st, which is a weekend, but then we have stuff on either end, so you can come for a longer period of time. Okay, bring the palms together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And one of the things we're proudest of around here, I've gotten like many emails in the past couple of days since Rama Business School, and DMs about basically what we're up to is stimulating other people's creativity. So I got like a bunch of artwork from this incredible artist in New York who has been watching my YouTube videos and was stimulated by the kind of creative impact and has made this whole I think very spectacular body of work. A very kind of futuristic body of work from the meditative place that they've been cultivating through their practice. This is our intention. That's exactly what we want. We want your practice to become basically a think tank and a feel tank of what is your particular creative impact, and just expressing that. And it may not. There's all sorts of ways. My opinion is that I was talking to Tim about iambic pentameter. I feel that iambic pentameter is a nod of sound current that is very stimulating for all sorts of other types of kind of creative impact. And I was saying that Hunter S. Thompson, when he had writer's block, would type other people's great works. So his, whatever those were, he would type them out, and he said he would just listen to the sound of the typewriter typing, whatever, James Joyce and this type of thing. He would listen to the sound of the typewriter typing, and that would be a way to stimulate his own creative flow. So I'm a huge cross-disciplinarian creator. I feel that one aspect of your creative impact will stimulate other aspects of your creative impact. And so there's nothing, creating for creation's sake is always worth it. So we have a woman in Immense Grace. I mean, a lot of these have happened, but some of the assignments I've given them, always we work with our creative energy, because this has to be flowing. It's just another indication that the Kundalini is rising, is that you're creating and not creating necessarily for things that you even sell. You're creating for creation's sake. You're creating. That's just the creative kind of flow of energy. That's the Kundalini. That's Kundalini rising. So there's a woman who's, kind of straight-laced Boston type, never thought of herself as a creator. But I had them writing poetry every day. A haiku a day is something that we do a practice on sometimes. And so she wrote a haiku a day, and then all of a sudden she realized she was a poet. This was 2 years ago. She realized she was a poet. So then she published a book of poetry. Simultaneously, she realized that she was a photographer. So she was taking photos and writing and having simultaneous kind of instantaneous poetry experiences. So she was writing, and then so she published a book. And then she said that she's heard from people, she's given the book out and whatever. She's heard from people that book has stimulated them to start to write poetry and take photos. Her husband's a photographer, so she always kind of thought like he's a professional photographer. So she, he's the artist, I'm not, kind of thing, which is very common as we become adults. We have all these weird ideas, and the kind of subconscious mind becomes more calcified in its limiting belief systems. So then she fleshed out. So then this has become kind of the order of her day, and she started going out on assignment with her husband. He likes to come and shoot in like some street photography in Hollywood. So she started going out on assignment with him and shooting with him, and now she has a whole, like, her body of photography is starting to become a whole nother thing. This is our experience, and so there is no creation that's not worth your. And the thing about creativity, or the creative impulse, is that it gives you more energy. So there's never a time when you don't have time to be creative, because the creativity itself is going to stimulate another level. So it's my proudest and most exciting thing. And if you have stuff like this, please send it to me. It really makes me happy to hear that people are getting onto Rama TV, getting onto YouTube, coming to Rama, and the experiences that it's stimulating some sort of creative aspect of their own beingness, which doesn't necessarily, it doesn't have to be the center of your destiny. All creativity is going to help you to accumulate the confidence and the energy and the strength to apply it somewhere else. So there's no creative act that is not worth the time and the effort. Do we get that? It's all, so it's all going to stimulate back to the things that you're doing and help you to also start to look at ways that you can use your creativity both to impact the world at large or your community. You'll be a nicer person, so that is helpful. If you're being creative, you're in a better mood. That's just the physics of this planet. You're less destructive when you're being creative. That's just the way it is. So you're less self-destructive when you're in your kind of constructive, creative pulse. And anything of creative means will stimulate more creativity. It will create the momentum of more creativity. So it's very much worth being creative in any way. And my opinion is that being creative in every way starts to really change your sacred outlook. So if you're creating a moment with your lover, or you're creating something for dinner, or you're creating some experience for your family, or whatever you're doing, the more kind of creative and artistic you come to even your functional duties with, the more creative energy is going to start to flow through you. And you know those people, and I'm one of those people. I really am. I pride myself on everything I do is creative. Doesn't matter what it is. So then it's like when I make food, it's a creative act. When I even some of the functionary kind of stuff that you do that is boring, or if you start to kind of be more creative about how you go about it, it will stimulate more creativity. So this is very much worth your kind of changing your perspective, because there's many creative ways that you can even do the things that are supposedly not creative. We get that, right? And you can start to see how creative you can be. That's what's so wonderful about children, because they kind of force hand on that. They force you to have to kind of get into that. But if you're a person like us who doesn't like children, I love children. But if Yogi Bhajan said your youth is dependent on your relationship with the youth. If you don't have good relationships with the youth around you, whatever, they don't have to be your children, but the youth, the younger generations, then you're old, basically. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's all, has nothing to do with your chronology. It has to do with that energy of that creative kind of, that youthful creative energy. And many of us know that when you start to get into this, you start to look different. And so you don't age the same way. I was somewhere yesterday and I was talking about having a baby or something like this. And she's like, oh, you got time, whatever. And I was like, and she's like, you can't be a day over, which was 10 years younger than what I am. So, these are this is what we do it for. We like that proof in the pudding. Take it when you get it. Right? Because that's what she's picking up on is there's many people my age that there's no creative energy moving through them. So they're crusty. Yeah. Don't do that. Youthfulness is an impact of your ability to move this creative energy, which is Kundalini. That's another way of putting it. But as, and I talked about this at Rama Business School, do everything you do creatively, and then you got to do something creative every single day. If you just kind of take that as like your mission, so do everything creatively that you have to do, the functionary duties, but then also, take something, write a poem, write a thing, do something creative every day in some way. And I recommend doing something like take a low-hanging fruit. That's why I like haikus, because they're, it's 5-7-5. Anybody can do that. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. But it will move the creative juices in a way and make you have to think. So I like iambic pentameter because it moves the creative. It's very, very powerful in the way that it kind of organizes the mind stream. And it's not a coincidence that iambic pentameter came about on the planet at a similar time frame to Gurmukhi. So these things have, they're heightened kind of vehicles of creative kind of power. That's why it's lasted all of these hundreds of years. But the same thing with, you want to get something low hanging that you can do every day, and start to do it. You are going to have all of a sudden you'll be doing things that you never thought. In Immense Grace this year, which we're launching, it's already launched, so you can register and be a part of this. We're all going to be learning how to play an instrument. And if you already know how to play an instrument, then you'll be learning another instrument or working on your voice instrument. But everybody's learning an instrument. So because everyone should be able to play an instrument. Everybody should be able to do that. You should be able to, and so and as adults, we have an issue with learning things, and that's how you get old. That's how you get old. When I met my boyfriend, he had heard tales of my hip hop and dancing and all this kind of stuff. He's like, you don't really do that, do you? I was like, no. I don't just do that on Instagram. I always take something and I learn it every year. I always take one thing that I've never done. And if you look on YouTube to these, there's a lot of people who are vlogging this kind of stuff. It's very inspiring if you need some inspiration. Like there's a girl who was like, I'm going to learn hip hop, and she did not have a hip hop bone in her body. On day one, it was not a pretty scene. Day 365, she practiced every day. Day 365, she's a really good hip hop dancer. It only takes, it doesn't take that long. So, and there's a lot of these, if you need a little inspiration, go on YouTube and watch some of these people who decided they were going to do something. They did it every day for a period of time. And it's pretty impressive what happens in a year. And the year's going to go by anyways. So this is what I've been talking about a lot about our relationship with time. The year's going to go by anyways. So if you got to grab your success. You got to grab your creativity. You got to grab time and make it your bitch instead of the other way around. This is everyone is a bitch to time. It really pisses me off. That is the stupidest thing ever. It's not real. You're going to be a bitch to something that at least is like a little bit more real. It's totally a vertical experience. So, but the 365's going by, and those of us who are at a certain chronology know that it goes by faster and faster. So that those days are going to go by. So then you just decide, what do you want to do with these 365 in front of you, and then you have to have discipline, and that's what we practice in here. Because you have to have a little discipline to construct your vertical experience of time in a more heightened and conscious way. So that's all we're practicing in here is how to do that. So you have some skills, because nobody taught you how to do that. Nobody said to you, what time's actually quantum, and it looks like it's not, but that's just that's kind of a limiting belief of our kind of cultural and matrix here, cultural and power matrix, because they want you to think, there's a big kind of hypnotic pulse that you just work and maybe have a little joy, and then maybe you can retire and have a little more joy, and then you croak. Like that's your life. You know what I mean? Nobody sits you down to tell you that's all you have to look forward to. But it's just that those are assumed, and then nobody sits you down to tell you that that's not how you have to live your life. And then you can have a completely different experience of that. And if you do, you're not going to disease and decay and calcify and, become just your parents, like another version of your parents. You know what I'm talking about. Our parents are amazing. Do we have parents in the room? Our parents are amazing, but you got to be you, right? That's the whole point. So nobody sits you down to tell you can have a different experience of this. But so we're going to be working with this in immense grace that we'll have, and we're going to, we have all sorts of plans of choral concerts, and it's gonna it's going down this year. We're really going, because why not? The year's gonna go by. And wouldn't it be amazing if you had a whole, and the brain starts to, if you know the mathematics of music, the brain changes quite a bit. The plasticity of the brain changes quite a bit. Those of you who play know what I'm talking about. So that's what we're working on. But you want to, you could do that, do it. You don't have to be a part of Immense Grace to figure this out. Do get something and be creative and do it every day, and then see what happens in a year. It's going to be pretty amazing. A lot is going to come from, and continues to come from this community. And one thing is that I have stuck in my craw is Hadi Jivan is an incredible photographer. I'm just going to put it out there because you never know who's watching. I want to have a big show for him in New York because his photographs are like literally, if you follow him on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. His photographs are a total mandala of kind of a mind stream, and many masters, many spiritual adepts have all sorts of aspects of creativity that become kind of a part of their spiritual teaching. In my opinion, Hadi Jivan's photos are that. So I want to have a big show for Hadi Jivan in New York. I'd like first, I think that's a good place to start to show his art. So we'll do that this year. But, then this stuff becomes something, and all of us around Hadi Jivan have become better photographers. Everybody. Because he's basically holding a certain frequency of that creative impact through him. So, and you can do that. That's what's happening. That's the next level. Once you get yourself there, then everybody around you all of a sudden is like, wow, I want to play. I'm just going to pick it up, and then you can teach them something, and then then we're like having a good time. All right. Today we're going to do alternate to yesterday. So you have 2 classes you can go back and forth on for the next little bit while I'm gone. And so you'll have kind of A and B that you can, if you get bored, you can go back and forth on these 2 classes on Rama TV, and then we'll also put them out on YouTube and that kind of thing. So you have some practice to do. And then Hadman Jod will be here, as well as Tej and some other incredible. Tashi's teaching an incredible series this month on the Jupiter retrogrades and some of the other planetary stuff that's happening. Joanna's here, and a lot of our crew will be here while we're gone. And then I'll be back on the 31st of May, 9 a.m. Is that the word on the street? 9 a.m., 31st of May, for the pre-solstice period of time. So we'll do some stuff then. Okay, we're going to have this index finger. We're just going to do a little bit of Hasta kriya to get that out of the way, and then we'll do some other stuffs. And a lot of people have been doing this every day. I think we're starting to see some real benefits from this. Am I wrong? You guys having some benefit from doing this every day? You noticing some things? I'm noticing some things. It's very clarifying, this meditation. So you could just take this one thing and start to do it every day.
Sat
Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to bring the thumbs into the fists. Daspir and Julian back there. That's an Aquarian vibe going on. Daspir is doing the toggling the live edits right now. Hadmanjot said Daspir was like secretly typing on her computer. She like caught her like typing on her computer, and she had typed in, what was it? The coordinates for a supernova. That's, that's the kind of children we like to have around here. Hilarious. She was also like playing some video game like secretly on the computer. The kids need technology. What are they they're not gonna have technology in this age. You're not gonna give them technology. They need technology because we're going into, everybody needs to know how to use this stuff. Okay, mouth breath here. Heavy breath. consciously bring up anything negative or anything bothering you in this last 30 seconds. Really use the breath, the movement to clear it out. Now inhale, press the hands up. Interlace fingers, imagine white light all around the body. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. And exhale. Now bring fingers into the pads of the palms. Stretch up, breath of fire. Inhale. Draw the thumbs together, stretch the fingers, stretch the spine, pull the Mula Bandha. And exhale, sweep the aura, clean the aura, press the palms into the earth. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now come up to your feet, please. So this is just several minutes of cardiovascular activity, so don't get too concerned here. Several minutes. Everybody should, be able to. I watch, I see people running out on the street, and I think, God, what happened to you in your childhood that seems like a good idea? What are you running from, really? But everyone should be able to run for 4 minutes, else, you're not going to be able to protect yourself if something happens. Do you know what I mean? Everyone should be able to run for 4 minutes. Can we do it? All right. So it's the same leg as arm, which is a little weird with the brain, and you punch. So bring the same leg up and arm, and you could do a low impact version, but we're only here for 4 minutes, and go. So you're running in place. Your knees are coming up. Yeah, it's like a high knee run. Yep, you got it. And just think to yourself, if I'm having a rough go at sea level running for 4 minutes, maybe I should get into shape. I mean, these are you shouldn't feel bad about yourself, but maybe it's a good little thing to think about. Okay, breathe through the nose. If I can get a little more volume back there, Daspiara. Where's Daspiara when you need her? She's busy typing in coordinates to her home planet. Deep breath through the nose. We had big plans of how we were going to get in shape for Tibet. Which, kind of worked during the march when we were doing that pea fruit set, but Hadij even looked at me and I looked at him. We were like, what have you done in the past month? He was like, Dave went out to run one time. Yeah, I said, well, I've been sitting on stage 8 hours a day. So 4 minutes of cardiovascular activity. We should be able to pull off here. Okay, turn to the right, keep going. Turn to the right, keep going. Good. Turn to the right. Keep going. High knee. Just trying to give you something else to look at. Now you can look at Daspiara. Isn't she cute? Daspiara is like answering customer service emails for Rama TV right now. Just need a sizzle key for Daspiara for those. Yeah, exactly. Good, you got 10 seconds in this view, then we'll go to the right for 1 more minute. You're doing great. And to the right, last minute, and breathe. Punch and breathe. Breathe through the nose and run, high knee. Daspiara is laughing at you right now. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale. And exhale. Come right down to your bum here. Sit on your butt. Long legs. And you're going to lift your body weight and drop it down. These are called body drops. So the hands are next to the body. And lift the whole body up and drop it down. That includes the feet, unfortunately. We're laughing at Camp Grace because we had some woman, she came here. We haven't seen her since, so hopefully we will. She came here a couple days before Camp Grace. We're like, you should come to Camp Grace. And she came to Camp Grace. And then she like had these esoteric experiences, and she like flew out of her body, and she was like scared, and Harijiva and I were talking her down, like, you're fine, you found your body again, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Like the usual kind of shenanigans around here. And then you got 10 seconds. And then I saw her a couple hours later after she was all scared that she left her body with some kid strapped to her back. And she was like and relax. She was like coming up to us with like this kid strapped to her back. She didn't have any kids with her previously. And we were busy, shooting the collection. And, we had all these photographers. And one of the women who was getting, in the Guru Jagat Collection 01 was like, oh, hey, and like grabbed her baby. So I guess, within like an hour, this poor woman had been like given somebody else's baby to go hike with. Yeah, she went on like an hour hike with somebody else's baby, like after she had flown out of her body and came back in, and like, then she had the baby, and she was like, "Oh, here's your really cute baby," and we're like, "Welcome to Rama." Leave your body, get given somebody else's baby, and it's a good old time. Yeah, no problem. Okay, good job. Now, this is something you want to practice every day, so you can do it on this video, or you can just do it. You can do it by itself. It's a very good practice. It'll keep you young. Okay, so you're here with these toes, and you're on balance on the sit bones. And then to any degree, you're going to extend the legs. I won't show you how good I can do it. It's all you. Let's see how good you can do it. Okay, so extend the legs to any degree. You can keep the knees bent if it's really difficult for you, and long, deep breath here. So stretch the heart, stretch the thighs. It's a great daily exercise for your spine and everything else. Long, deep breath. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Try to stretch the legs a little bit more.
Jagat.
20 seconds. Inhale, pull the Mula Bandha, squeeze. And exhale and relax. Marta, those are hard, aren't they? That's hard. Marta and I did the Korean Women's Leadership Society practice for the month, which includes 7 minutes of squats. And I'm hobbling around. How are you doing? Yeah. But you haven't been doing the Kardashian butt machine. No comment. Okay, so I bought the Kardashian butt machine on Instagram. I'm not ashamed of that. And now that I mentioned it, it will come up on you. You too will be able to buy it on your Instagram. No, it's actually it's a brilliant kind of thing. It shows you how to do squats properly, which nobody knows how to do, but it forces you to do squats properly. This little like piece of I bought it, and then the piece of equipment got put in my garage, and I was like, oh no, that's it. That'll go into the bardo. go. So I had to pull it back out, and it's back where its rightful place is, in the middle of my living room. Okay, here we are. We're going to have this, hands, we're going to start here in the shins, fingers in front, thumbs in back. I did tell Hadi Jivan, well, I have been doing the Kardashian butt machine for Tibet. Is that going to help? You could, if you want to use it, it's in my living room. Okay, we're going to be like this. Inhale forward, exhale back. And the chin is parallel to the ground. And then we're going to switch it up a little bit, but we'll start here. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now you're going to continue, but you're going to inhale and flex 5 times on the inhale and holding the inhale, however long it takes. And then exhale, flex 5 times. And you hold the breath out if you need to. Inhale, 5 flexes back and forth. And exhale, 5. All through the nose. Good. Now inhale, center. And exhale. Good. Now we're going to do some frogs. So come heels together, toes apart, fingertips in front of the body. Inhale up, stretch the back of the legs, just as important as anything, really stretching up. Fingertips are pressurized. And then exhale, coming down back into the squat. Inhale up and exhale down. Powerful breath, please.
Ram Ram
stretch, put the feet on the ground, parallel the feet, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good, and come down, and you're gonna be kneeling on the knees for camel pose. So coming down, stretch the pelvis forward, come right into camel pose, breath of fire. Inhale, hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha. Exhale, hold the breath out, squeeze Mula Bandha. And inhale, come all the way up. We're gonna come up onto the feet. So come to the feet, and we'll pop a Kundalini chair pose, which is a little different than a normal kind of a Hatha chair pose. So you're gonna put your, get into a squat and put the arms around the back of the knees. And the butt is parallel to the ground, and the head is up a little bit. And we'll start here with long, deep breath. Begin breath of fire. Inhale, hold the breath, hold the posture, exhale all the way out, hold the breath out, squeeze Mula Bandha, and relax. Good. Okay, now we're going to do Mahashakti pose, which again will be kind of balanced on this left, or on these sit bones. The left foot is 6 inches above the right, and then we'll do breath of fire here. Okay, so you're balanced on the sit bones. Your arms are next to you or behind you to help you balance. Breath of fire. Breath is the most important thing here. Very equal inhale and exhale through the nose. We have 30 seconds. Inhale, pull the Mula Bandha, squeeze, and exhale. Come right onto your back, and legs are 6 inches off the ground. Make stretch pose not so hard. Okay, 6 inches off the ground. Stretch the fingers to the toes, and eyes open, breath of fire. Heads up, and stimulating the thyroid and the parathyroid. Thirty seconds. Inhale and squeeze. Look at the toes. Let the body shake if it needs to. Hold the posture. Exhale. Squeeze, squeeze, and relax. Good. Draw the knees to the chest. Rock and roll. Come all the way up. You're going to sit on the heels, please, and we'll do a little spinal flex here, seated on the heels. So inhale forward, exhale back, and flex the spine. Try to go as fast as you can. Inhale, center, pull Mula Bandha. Exhale, all fours, cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale, pull the navel. And inhale, come seated on the heels again. Hands behind the neck. Inhale, flex forward, elbows open. Exhale, flex back, elbows close. Powerful breath. Flex through the top of the spine, through the heart. Inhale and stretch the elbows, stretch the spine, pull the Mula Bandha. And exhale and come onto your back, please. So you're just on your back and you're going to stretch the heart center up, the center of the chest, like you're doing a little fish posture, but nothing else stretches up, only the heart. Concentrate 5 to 10 pounds of pressure at the heart chakra as it presses up to the ceiling. So there's space between the back of the heart and the floor, and you just keep it that way. So it's just a static position. And long, deep breath. Breathe into the chest, into the ribs, into the organs. The chest is up. It's a mini back bend. Should feel really good. This is a good medicinal posture for all of the slouched over technology that we do. Really press the ribs open, the heart open, and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the heart to the earth. Feel that energy. Bring the arms straight up towards the sky, like you're reaching to the ceiling, and just begin long, deep breath. Very inhale. Exhale. Expand the back of the heart into the earth. Now inhale, Gather all the prana. Inhale, make fists of the hands. Hold the breath, and with great tension, bring the arms down towards the heart like you're pumping iron. All the way down. Resist, 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 resist. And when you get to the heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. One more time. Gather the prana, gather the chi, and then with great resistance, pull it back, hold the breath, pull it to the heart, right to the center of the heart, right. Grounding into the heart, and exhale and relax. And just relax for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. And draw the knees to the chest and rock and roll. Come all the way up. Fingers into the pads of the palms. Thumbs rest at the temples. Squeeze the back molars. Each pulse of the back molar, you vibrate sa, ta, na, ma. Gentle, no ruining of dental work. It's just a gentle pulse. We'll do 5 minutes. Breathe through the nose, sit up tall. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the palms together. May the long time shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Okay, excellent work. So today is, you don't have to do Gyan Chakra. Today's practice. Yesterday, you get the Gyan Chakra with it and a little less physical. Today's a little more physical. So pick something and just start to do it so you can get, and then we have the Long Eckankars starting on May 6th, which is also a very deep practice, and we do it every spring leading up to summer solstice. So lots of opportunities, and we'll see you very soon. Sanam.